Welcome everybody back to the Fast and Fun channel. It's Rich here, and this week I want to answer a question that I tried for a long time trying to find the answer to and never really got any sort of definitive answer. How much, the first time you get paid from YouTube, how much are you likely to earn? And all you do when you Google earnings from YouTube, it's either clickbait or you get Seen Through Glass, Harry's Garage, these mega stars that are earning huge amounts of money through YouTube. But little old me, full-time job, doing other stuff and then work, and then I try to do this in the evenings and weekends, 2 or 3 hours a week, try to grow a channel, and I just wanted to let you know how much I earned when I eventually got enough subscribers, enough views, enough watch time to monetize my channel about 4 or 5 months ago. How much did I earn in that first month? And that's what this video is going to tell you. I think before I tell you the exact number, I think a couple of things to note is that if you're doing it for earning money, I think again, you need to do it for the passion of making videos and or whatever that is about. And I've always had a passion for cars. I love doing videos. You don't have to have lots of equipment. Even today now, this video has been filmed by my iPhone. So my iPhone camera is more than suitable for YouTube videos. When it comes to do software for editing purposes, I just use a DJI Mimo app. It's free to download. You haven't got huge complexity in what you can edit, but it's more than enough for certainly early growth of your channel. But you've got to want to do it. You've got to love doing it. I spend probably 2 to 3 hours on average doing my one YouTube video a week. And that's normally 1 to 2 hours videoing and probably around about an hour editing. And you do it because you love it. And you'll come to the, when I come to the numbers, you'll see why. So use your phone. What I did do, I started in 2019, just using my phone walking around. It was a bit wobbling. You'll see my very first few videos, probably my first 10 or 12. You're walking around, the camera's wobbling everywhere, and there's no editing done either, so it's all a bit clunky. So I did invest in a DJI handheld gimbal device, just to make the iPhone that more stabilised when I'm walking or running and doing external shots. It just adds a little bit. So I think that's certainly something to consider for you to do. Other things I've done as well, I've started using a Gopro. Not new though, I've just used a second-hand one. So second-hand GoPro, mine's a GoPro Hero 4, so which is years old now, but it's absolutely great for in-car. It's gyro stabilised, so that's much better as well for video coverage. And then the one that many people sort of forget about, and obviously me next to quite a busy road, do a lot of videos at the house, is audio. And so I invested in some wireless mics, Rode, R-O-D-E, Rode wireless mics, really, really good. This is, it's got transmitter and a couple of receivers, so 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So it's 3 devices in there. That was about £250, I think. Plus the second-hand GoPro, plus the handheld gimbal device. So I've probably put in about £400 of my own money here with equipment to help improve the quality of the videos. And I think, don't just do it all at the start, just start with an iPhone, just walk around, talk, video, and just see what happens. It's really difficult. It's hard to get a view. It's even harder to get a subscriber. So you've got to want to do it. And you need to be a little bit thick-skinned as well, because you're going to get comments from all sorts of people. Some are going to love it, some are going to be kind, some are going to be harsh, some are going to be beep, and you've just got to accept that everybody's got their own views and are entitled to their own views. So you've got to be a little bit thick-skinned at times, because your view, unfortunately, people don't understand that everybody's got their own views and you can only give what you believe. And that's all I do. I'm as open and honest as possible on all my videos. I'll tell you what I think at that time, and I want you to go on the journey with me on the channel. So eventually, after you get to a certain criteria within YouTube, and when you have your own channel, you have another app called YouTube Studio, which gives you lots of analytics and things like that. But once you reach a certain criteria, you can monetize your channel. And that criteria is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours per annum. To give you an indication, I've been somewhere between 14 to 16. I think I peaked at 18,000 hours per annum. So that's where I am. So the viewing hours have never been an issue. And I do sometimes pinch myself. I think currently I'm at about 14,000 view hours per year. And I think, flipping it, it's unreal that many people are watching my videos every year. It's quite incredible, even for such a small, tiny little channel like mine. But so I had that. Once I hit the 1,000 subscribers, you get no flags, you get no congratulations. You just get a simple email saying you can now apply for monetization, and then you have to create an account called AdSense, Google AdSense account, and it all takes about a month to go through, and eventually your channel's monetized, which in theory means you get paid. And you get paid on YouTube use really clever algorithms that I don't understand. Mine fluctuates even on the 4 or 5 months I've been monetized. Mine are sort of up and down on a day-to-day basis. But my first month, and the joke in the family was that, what's it going to be? And I genuinely had no idea how much I was going to get paid. And part of me thought, oh no, it's going to be really embarrassing. Is it going to be like £1.65 or something? But my first full month, because I started halfway through a month, so the first month wasn't full. The first month I earned £54.21. So, which was actually quite nice. That was more than I thought. And I thought to myself, well, I'm just under the £60, but if I do 4 videos a month, that's probably working out at 13, 14, maybe £15 every video I do. And that's going to cover a little bit of my time or a little bit of fuel costs or whatever it is to do these channels. Or offset some of my costs associated with some of the equipment I've bought. So I don't think it's a bad value, to tell you the truth, for my first payment. It stayed around that, so I'm hovering between sort of £50, £55 a month. I think the peak month was £57. The interesting thing with YouTube is they'll only pay you through Google AdSense when you achieve £60. So what is happening is I only get paid every second month, and I get paid for 2 months in theory, and just over £100 every 2 months. And let's see what happens. But that's it. £54 was my first full month getting paid on YouTube. The only thing I did want to finish off with is on the YouTube analytics called YouTube Studio. There are analytics for absolutely all sorts, but there were some really interesting facts associated with my channel. I'd naively thought most of my views would come from the UK. Who externally would want to, or abroad would want to watch one of my videos? And actually only 43% of my videos are watched from people inside the UK. 9% of the USA. So that's only just over 50%. So Netherlands comes in at third at 6%. And then you get this tail of these countries that half I've never even heard of, obviously watching with subtitles, watching my channel. I find it absolutely fascinating. And then minutes viewed per video, which country comes out top? Well, believe it or not, it's India. So the India watch my video, when they click on my video, they watch it longer than any other country. Followed by Austria and Singapore in third. Some of these statistics, the analytics from YouTube are absolutely fantastic. Gender is probably as expected, 95% male, 5% female. That's what I thought of. And then the other one, and the final one really for this video, is the impression click-through rate. That's quite an important percentage. So the impression click-through rate is a percentage. What it basically says, for every time one of your tiles or one of your videos appears on somebody's either search or as part of their YouTube pulls it up for them to watch, what's the percentage that click on it to watch that video, and they need to watch it for 30 seconds or longer? The average is somewhere around about 5%, I think. I'm averaging around about 6 to 7%. So in theory, it means, well, 5% would be 1 in every 20 click on it. So, and it does fluctuate over the duration, but yeah, so that's where things like clickbait can come in, where people try to falsely get you to click on their video, etc., just to try to suck you in and try to get their views up. But they'll suffer on viewing hours and things like that. Right, there's so many more analytics. To tell you the truth, I could tell you now, but everyone would probably just get massively bored, and I'm really conscious that I don't want that to happen.